What drug gave me the biggest scare of my life? Let's get into it. What's up, you guys? My name's Nicole Pludre. I've been sober since July 13th of 2015, and I like to talk about drugs, drug addiction, recovery, life, and so much more. And today we have a question from Amanita, and she says, "Hi, Nicole, can you tell something about Tramadol?" Can I tell you something about Tramadol? Of course I can. But first, let me preface this video with a big fat disclaimer. If you take Tramadol and it helps you and you can take it as prescribed. Oh, Paco was giving me the side eye. My hat is off to you. I support people that need to use pain management. I support people that need to take Tramadol. This is just a story time of some fucked up shit that my husband did when we were in active addiction together. And I'm telling you the story so you don't do the same shit. Okay? This is not a video to encourage anybody to go out and use Tramadol. This isn't a video to discourage people that are already on Tramadol for pain management. This is just me sharing a story. I know y'all are probably getting tired of those disclaimers, but I have to put them in because some people just don't have common sense. So let's get into it. So the year was 2012, and me and my husband had just moved into a high-rise apartment. Not a nice one. It was a crack house, a trap house. Okay, it was called The Towers. It's in Little Rock off of University, right across from a Park Plaza Mall. And honey, let me just tell you something. The crack smoke smell when you entered that building and got up the elevator, it just billowed out of every room. It was just so bad. I could go to any floor and find like 2 or 3 people in different apartments that were on drugs that I could get high with. So basically it was like a heaven for me. Me and my husband had run out of Roxy's. We had no money. We had no methadone because he was usually prescribed methadone. We were just in a really bad place. And I was already in withdrawal, but my husband was really struggling and he just couldn't handle the cold turkey withdrawal. So he went to the emergency room, and you know what them fools did? They gave him Tramadol. Okay, so my husband comes home with like a prescription of like 17 or 20 Tramadol. It was like a weird number. And he takes like 2 and they don't do anything. So he takes like 8 more. So he took 10 total Tramadol. And let me just set the scene for you guys. Hold on. Okay, bitches. Imagine that this bed is on the floor and it's like an air mattress, okay? And the same cover, because I had this cover back then. Anyways, so my husband, I'm sitting on the bed, like on the corner of the bed, and I'm talking to my husband. And my husband's standing up like this, right? And all of a sudden, he starts looking like weird, like pale in the face. And his hands go like this, and they turn in. And he goes, "Bah!" and falls out, okay? Falls out on the bed. But it was like scary because he was seizing, okay? So he's seizing with his hands are like this, on the bed, right? So me being the dumbass that I am, I'm like, "Wake up, wake up." And I grab my finger, and I put it in his fucking mouth. Don't ever put your fucking finger in somebody's mouth that is seizing, because they will bite your motherfucking finger off. And that's what happened. I had fake nails because, you know, even though I was poor as fuck, I still had to have my nails done. He bit my fucking acrylic nail smooth off my fucking whole nail bed. Gone. He probably almost choked on that motherfucker. And so I had to fish that out of his mouth. And then I said, "Ah, help!" And I slung my door open because it was a high rise. And we had neighbors all on that floor that could hear me. And my friend Joe, that I used to smoke crack with, next door came running over. And he called 911. And then I called 911. I don't know why I didn't just call 911 right away. I was just really afraid. So we both called 911. And they came, and my husband was having a seizure. When they got there, he didn't even know the president of the United States. He didn't know the date, the time, nothing, you guys. It was so fucking scary. But he had a seizure because he overtook Tramadol. When I tell you, it was so scary. I thought I was going to lose my husband. That was one of the first times I seen him have a seizure. He had a seizure another time off benzos. And I'll tell you guys that story if y'all want to hear it. Just comment down below. But yeah, that's the bad experience that my husband had with Tramadol. Now, I didn't have a bad experience with Tramadol. I found Tramadol when I still lived in Hot Springs. So this was in the beginning of my addiction. It was probably 2001 or 2. And I was working for Service Master, a place that cleans like doctor's offices. So I was going in the doctor's office cleaning, vacuuming and all that shit. And then I would get in the doctor's offices and I would see all the pills that they had for samples. And this one doctor had a stack of those blister packs of Tramadol. So you know what bitch was like, every time I came in there, I would take like 3 of these blister packs, and I would take them, but I did never take 10 at a time. And they gave me a good little buzz and pain relief. And so that is my experience with Tramadol. I have a really hard time taking anything as prescribed. Even to this day, I have to be really careful. Like with my medication that I'm on, my MAT, I'm really careful. I have it set up in like a dosing system, so that way I stay on the same dose. And I know that I shouldn't overtake medication, but sometimes it's just something in my mind that's like, you could take a little extra and then you'll have more energy. And those thoughts still come to my mind sometimes. And so I fight those thoughts, and I use my coping skills, and I talk about what I'm going through and when I'm struggling, and I keep snitching on my motherfucking addiction. And if y'all don't know what snitching on your addiction is, that's talking about how you feel. I coined that term, snitching on your addiction, to help people understand that there's nothing to be ashamed of telling on yourself if you're struggling, and you tell people, I've been thinking about overtaking my meds, or you tell people, I've been struggling with thoughts of using, because when you get community and people around you that have been through the same thing, they can help you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Tramadol story time, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.